So looking at this from a global value chain perspective, which is what the trade and value added data enables us to do, we can see that Australia has 10 downstream partners in global value chains, all of which re-export after they have consumed some of what they buy in from us, over $1 billion of embedded Australian services value added to the rest of the world. In other words, beyond what we export, we have 10 partners who use what we provide in our services exports and transform them and send them on further, closer downstream to final markets. $1 billion. Australian services value add in those 10 partners' exports add together to $23 billion. If we added in those that were under $1 billion, the total is greater. But we're looking specifically at our biggest 10 trading partners there. East Asian trading partners account for the vast bulk. They come in at a total of $18 billion, and China is the single largest with $7.2 billion of imported Australian services in its own re-exports to the rest of the world. The EU and then Korea are our second and third largest downstream partners, respectively re-exporting $2.8 billion and $2.7 billion. That is a very significant drop from the 7.2 that China passes on downstream into the global market. The UK re-exports another $500 million. That's in addition to what the EU 27 is re-exporting. Japan and Singapore are both important, well over $2 billion each, and then Thailand, Malaysia, India and Chinese Taipei, all of them re-exporting over $1 billion of Australian services value added. The US almost makes it just under the $1 billion. Similarly, we can look at Australia's upstream global value chain partners. That is, those trading partners from whom we import services value add and re-export that services value add embedded in our exports to the rest of the world. And here the story changes significantly. The United States is Australia's largest upstream services partner. We import nearly $2.5 billion of services value add from the US, which we re-export. The EU is next, with $1.7 billion, of which Germany accounts for $500 million. And the UK, on top, of course, of the EU 27, contributes itself another $700 million. China follows close behind with $1.5 billion of services content imported into Australia and re-exported by us to the rest of the world. And then there is just under $1 billion from each of Japan, and then half that roughly from Singapore, New Zealand, Korea and India. Now the graph here, 10B, instead of showing the Services Trade Restrictiveness Index on the right-hand axis, is showing the OECD Heterogeneity Index. It's showing us the extent to which our regulatory regime differs from the regimes of our top 10 partners on the import side of embedded services.